Oh my. I'm going live because I was scheduled to go live. But in the process of me going live, I happened to see a post that was written by a friend of mine from college, from high school. And wow. And and I was coming on here to talk about surviving a tough time. However, Beth Ruffin just touched my heart. And and sometimes I think you need to be transparent. And this is for a friend. Because this message that I just read, it's heartfelt. And I'm sure that it's heartfelt for a lot of people. Because if you lost someone, then you feel where she's coming from. I bless God for you right now, Beth. And wherever you are, if someone knows Beth, put it on her right now to let her know that, Beth, you are not alone. We love you. I love you. And what you're going through is a blessing because it is Jesus. It is Christ looking right at you, and with power that knows that you can get up, with power that knows that that's exactly what's supposed to be happening right now in your life. It's supposed to happen just like that. You're supposed to lose them in that moment. And when you can see his face, yes, yes, yes. I'm just reading the post, and uh, that just completely overwhelmed me at the same time as I was hitting the button. So that was uh, well. Sometimes they say snot is good, and I'm gonna tell you one thing about tears. You know, they say God blesses tears; He catches the tears and He multiplies our tears. So if you're crying, if you're a person that has something that they need to cry about, the blessing of it is you should let it out. You feel better. Like I cry just because, and sometimes I don't even know why I'm crying, but that one hit me. That one hit me, and I'm gonna make sure that I find out exactly where you are, because I'm gonna come to you because there's no way that in the moment of it that you should be alone or want to be, and I bless God for your transparency because more people need to be transparent about the things that they're going through. That way, that way people don't really feel weird when they are going through something else that they're going through. But we've been really trained not to tell the truth about exactly what's going on in a situation. We just want to tell you the rehearsed part, the layered part. So this is that time where we're moving into from one what they say from one section to the next. I'm gonna tell you now, whatever it is, if you haven't paid attention to it enough to pay attention to say that there is something that you need to want to be connected to, so that if it becomes the day that you must go, there shouldn't be a doubt in anybody's mind that they know that your soul was all right. And I mean that not like in the you gonna go to heaven or you gonna go to, like, not like that, but truth be told, how we breathe, why we breathe, the reason of breathing is if you've done that, if you've done your part, if you've played your part in the good of wherever you are, then there's an easier rest, there's a calm in that when we know. But if you're still here and you don't know, you've made an honest, conscious choice, and that's fine too. And if that's you and you've made an honest and conscious, fine choice, then that's true. But I had a question because I realized that we hear things, and We hear things, and when we hear things, and sometimes some things be sounding really, really crazy, and we don't really ask the right questions. And I've been realizing that if we don't start asking right questions, things are going to happen, and we ain't even going to dig at the fact that they're actually happening. Like I was watching the news the other day. It wasn't even the news. I think you know how they have little shows, and then you had the little trailer about what's about to happen. I seen the one about The Bachelor. Now, I don't know how big and true it is because now I need to go find out and make sure because on Monday it seems like I'm always busy. I'm always doing something else so that I'm not watching The Bachelor. But I'm not sure if it's on right now or if they were just trying to bait to see if the world was going to speak up on the fact that the Bachelor is gay. And no, it's not LGBTQ and all that. It's not. This is not what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is, how is it that now the television show, The Bachelor, is about to turn into something else because now The Bachelor is gay? I believe that I should say something, and not in a manner that we think that you should say something, but somebody got to speak up for God. Somebody got to speak up for the fact that whatever it is that you want to do, you can do. But what we won't do is change it on that television show because that don't make any sense. Because now you put all of this right here in my home, and I might not have subscribed to that channel. Unfortunately, it's on channel 3 or 6 or not or 10 or whatever your national channel is. It's one of them. It's not like a chain. It's not something that I paid for. And in this process right now, in order to see what I'm about to see, and I'm only going off of what I know that I see already because I watched the show. So if I watched the show already, then I understand. But now what I did not sign up for is that. So are you telling me that you want me to turn it off? So I guess I'm coming today to tell you that if we have to make a stand, we need to make a stand. We need to be for real about the stand that we make. So if we're going to be for real about it, we need to be for real about it. So what I decided was that, in being all the way for real about it, you need to look at everybody's side. A lot of people don't want to see everybody's side. They just want to see their side because their side is the one that they can see, which makes a lot of sense. But at the end of the day, it doesn't because the person that's on the other side of it does not see it the way that you see it. And so therefore, it doesn't even make sense in the end of when you're having the conversation. Because now you're talking to your people over there and y'all understand what is going on. But you're talking in regards to the people that are over there, and those people over there don't understand what's going on over here. So therefore, what is it that we're really doing? When I ask these kind of questions, people say, Adrian, be quiet. Adrian, don't say nothing. Be quiet. How long? How long is somebody going to really sit there and really, really, really just go on with whatever? Because I know that there is no way in the world that I'm going to sit back and just continuously watch stuff happen and not say anything. Just like this. Don't kill me. But I'm asking a whole question right here. And I really want somebody to answer me. In all of the things that we are fighting for, and all of the things that we are talking about, and all of the Black Lives Matters, and everything that's going on, and all of the ways that we are standing up against everything, when is it that we talk about the disrespect? When is it that we talk about the people that are being killed, or the people that are being killed because of retaliation of what they've done? When are we going to talk about the fact that if you had not walked in there and thought you were gonna jump me, you wouldn't be dead today? When are we gonna talk about that? I understand that Black Lives Matter and I understand that everybody's lives matter, but right now we're getting some misconstrued information. This sounds really, really, really funky. And I believe that some people don't understand it because I didn't understand it, but now I do. And because I do, now there's something that is even more inside of me that says, no, 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 child, you better go on and say what you got to say. Forget the fact that people ain't going to want to hear it. Because actually, the problem is that we're not going to want to hear it, but somebody needs to just have that kind of conversation. We need to have the conversation. It's not ever going to work. We can't ever talk about the fact that we want one thing over here, but yet we won't speak on the matter of the fact that you have to actually walk in the building and get it signed to receive. How about that? Right. So I'm gonna give you the money. You can win the money. You can have the money, but yet you got to walk into this building and get the money, and you can't walk in the building and get the money. Shouldn't we be talking about that? I cannot consider that to be a Black Lives Matter thing. I cannot consider that to be a situation that everybody in the world is about to handle. I do know that the people that I'm talking to know exactly what I'm talking about, and that's the people that we need to talk to. That's where right now the goons is focused, because that's where the focus is, because right now we're having a problem, because believe it or not, people are talking to people and people aren't people. Did you understand what I'm saying? People are talking to people about people, but people aren't people. So we need to focus on the fact that we don't have people yet. Let's make our people a people. Somebody just said, what is this girl talking about? Yes, that's why they call me misunderstood. But at the end of the day, trust me, the day that you get it, you will understand. We're talking about people that aren't people, don't want to be people, or don't want to be people in the manner of the fact that how we consider you to be people. How about that? Who's going to speak on it? That's the issue. We're speaking about something and we're saying, oh, this is great. This is great. This is something that should be needed. But the people that you're talking about it needed to is they not even paying you no mind because they believe that they don't need it. How long? How long? You can have a whole conversation with somebody until you say one thing, and then the one thing you say, they completely have cut you all the way off. Huh? Did you even hear what I said? Half the time when you're listening to somebody and somebody is talking to you, and the second that you hear that one thing, the second you hear, because half the time when you're listening for that one thing. So don't hear the one thing, because you know, like you're already waiting for it. So really, were you even listening, or were you just waiting for that word? And it's okay. Trust me. The one thing that we need to do is be able to look at our reflection. The way that listen, I am not techie. I don't want to look you in your face when I'm talking to you. I want to be able to do whatever the hell I'm doing on the phone while you're doing whatever the hell you're doing on the phone. I do not want to be staring at you the whole damn time. That means I'm really not doing anything. I'm watching you. You watching me. What we doing, girl? I'm watching you. You watching me. But you look good. Ooh, you know you got a boogie. Something like it's just too much. It's too much. We need to take it away. Why? Not because someone's being anal or someone's just talking or whatever, but because we need to make real conscious, honest decisions about the things that we do and the things that are the people that are accountable for us and the people that we are accountable to. If you sit back and you listen to what people talk about, people ain't even talking about nothing. Are you meaning to tell me, okay, granted, COVID-19 did what COVID-19 did. And it's weird because now it's COVID-19 and it is 2021. So that has been something that we've been dealing with. So now the question is, how have you been dealing with it? Are you a person that has maneuvered through whatever the seasons were, however it was, like you stayed in the house and you never got sick? Did you go get your check? Did you go get your test? Or whatever the case may be. If you've made it, then bless God that you've made it. Now we have a whole new tribe to go, because these diseases are only going to get worse. And the reason why they're only going to get worse is because right now we're playing a whole different type of a game, and they're trying to keep us as far away from focus as possible. And somehow, some way, somewhere down the line, we gonna have to stay focused on what it is that's important. Because what's important is you. What's important is me. What's important is our babies together, regardless of your color, regardless of your race, regardless of your creed, regardless of how you think that you wanted to do it. Because you do know we're the same. I just pissed somebody off. I just pissed somebody off because the things that you don't like about me are the things that you need to embrace about me. You do understand that, right? There's no other way to say that, but the things that you don't like about me are the things that you should embrace about me, because those are the things that you probably don't like about yourself. But you tried so damn hard to keep it away from you for so damn long that now your children is listening. Now what you gonna do? Do you understand what I'm saying about when we don't handle things properly, things will just always keep coming back around, keep coming back around, keep coming back around. I can tell you about it, but I didn't understand it for my own damn self. But once I realized it, then that's when I realized, oh my God. If you put it like that, you start to get mad. Y'all don't want to know how I feel about it. But that's why I can walk around and say, God got goons. Why? Because this thing is a fight. And if you don't understand the fight, then I say just get on board. Like stay in the mix. Like just be around the fire. Because when the fire is burning, you will stay warm. Put it that way. And if you ain't, you move closer to the fire. You make your move. You get there. But this is an opportunity for our children to see what it looks like to love on God and what God looks like loving on his children. That's what it looks like in the midst of turmoil, in the midst of struggle. This one, it looks good. This one, it gets good. The problem is that we have gotten so far away from what the word says. It's almost pathetic. That's why when people say to me, oh, that's the girl. That's the church girl. That's the church girl. I would like the church girl. Yeah, I mean, you might see me in church. Most people that see me in church, they see me at a church at a funeral. And that's real. Most people that know me, they I know people off the street that I don't even know that come to me and ask me about a funeral or say thank you for the thank you for singing at my mom's funeral, or thank you for singing at my pop-pop's funeral, or I remember you're the lady that was singing and I watched you the whole time because I was so sad, but you were so happy. I didn't understand. I, I take pride in that. I used to not want to tell somebody that because at the end of the day, who wants to know that? But that's power. Because right now in the world that we live in, you need to know that whatever it looks like, it ain't really like that, and we still right here. Are you kidding me? No. Right now, what the pandemic has showed me is that the people that I believed in, the people that I like, and the people that I've always thought were the ones that I was supposed to be listening to. I believe that those people are listening, but I believe that they missed it. I believe that they missed it somewhere. Somewhere I believe that they missed it. And the reason why I believe that they missed it is because the mission has like dropped. Not I ain't gonna say it dropped. I'm not gonna say that it dropped, but then it made it different. It made it so that you had to be one of the elite and finest to get where you need to get. You need to be on the end. And if you're on the end, that's good. But there's a lot of people that don't want to work for the end. And you shouldn't have to work for the end because it should be readily available. God should be wherever you are. Wherever you are, it should be an available source. Wherever you go, there should be an available source. And trust me when I tell you that even in the midst of wherever you think that you are, if you start to pay attention, there is a valuable source. I don't know if that was for me or what. I don't know. I'm just sitting here. But there's a valuable source. Right. So there's a valuable source that goes along with just being able to know that regardless of how you feel, regardless of where you are, you're not alone. When somebody can look at you and tell you that whatever that situation is that you're going through, I've been through it, it's going to be all right. You can look at it and say, you're not alone. There's a lot of times when people don't understand that what you are going through right now is exactly why you're going through it. And if you pay attention, there is an angel somewhere. Most people just don't realize that it's just not going to come the way you thought it was going to come. And if you don't want to agree with me, keep living, you'll realize that things that was coming in your life, the things that you got rid of, the things you didn't want, that man you didn't want, or that woman you didn't want, or that job you just knew was going to just take away from your family, and whatever the case may be. However, you made your choice to make your choice. Trust and believe one of those opportunities or many of those opportunities are just God giving you exactly what it is you're praying for. But because we're not paying attention to it, we're looking like most people that pray, you're praying, and it's like, oh my God, if you ever hear the prayers that are coming out of some of your mouths, I'll be scared to pray. I'll be scared to pray because I'll be laughing with God when we talk. Because it says it's a conversation. And as I was a kid, I always learned that it was a conversation. So when people get to talking and they all, when I was young, I used to just think that God would be so tired. I'm thinking God used to be tired by the time I got out of church when I was a kid. I used to always come back home and in the car, my whole idea of it was God was tired. He was tired as all that up because before we even got to church, the deacon asked God to go to all these places. He asked him to go to the house. He asked him to go to the hospital. He asked him to go to the jailhouse. Then he asked him to go to, like, God and go to this place over here and go to this place over here. And he sent God so many places every week. I used to be like, yo, God be tired. And one day they just looked at me like, what? But think about it. He's taking them every place. Like, God, go here. Make sure you go there. Make sure you go there. Where are you going, yo? Where are you going? Are you going? Are you going with him? God, make sure you go here. And can you bless them over here? And God, make sure you bless these people over here. Where's your blessing? Are you walking around like you the blessing? You know you are the blessing. Stop praying for God to do it. God, can you go here and then make sure that God, don't forget, go down on the street where the people is shooting and let them know, God, that we don't need to do this anymore, God. Are you kidding me? But you ain't got out your prayer circle at all. I'm sorry. It's 2021 and people are really dying in the street. People are dying in the street, but they ain't even dying in the street the way we think they dying in the street. That's what's tripping. I'm just learning this. People that's dying in the street, we don't even understand why they dying in the street. And we need all of the information before we understand why people are dying in the street. From now on, we need to know why did you die in the street? Because was you supposed to be on that street? Why are you on that block? What happened? How did you get shot? How are you dying? These are the questions that we need to be asking right now. We're focused on dying. Black lives matter. Yes, they do. But you know you matter before you die. Did y'all know that? Maybe that's what's going on. Black lives matter before you die. You matter more before you're dead. So maybe if we can take our Black Lives Matter, that fight, and literally go before the death and realize that Black lives really do matter. Let's do something about Black lives that really do matter. You know why Black lives matter? One, because without Black lives, first and foremost, without Black lives, you wouldn't have much. You wouldn't even have a country to be in, if you think about it. Because every Black life that I know has an ancestor or a root that came from something that was built in America, built off of that. So when you start having real conversations with real people about real stuff, they can't talk to you in that manner anymore. And that's why we are having the situations that we're having. So what I believe is that God has blessed me with an opportunity to see things from everybody's perspective, to have the ability to know people with all different types of perspectives. I would like to introduce you to Surviving tough times. See if I turn the light off. If it'll do better. Not really. My house is just a beautiful house and I have a lot of light. So, but this is the book. Surviving Tough Times. On your march, get set, go. Yeah, somebody said that ain't her. Yes, it is. Look, that's her. But the reason why I believe that surviving tough times is the reason the is a right now type of a piece is because everyone needs to be able to see what everyone else is seeing. I know that sounded weird, but I'll say it again. Everyone needs to start to see what everyone else is starting to see. So we can all start to see this thing together. That would be the blessing. That would be how everything kind of starts. In surviving tough times, it's a 30-day journal. So we're going to do this in the morning. I believe that if I come on, I want to have classes. Not so much classes, but I want to read. I want to read with you. I want to read with you. I want to offer the opportunity. I want to offer the opportunity for you to read with me. Let's put it that way. The reason why I'm saying this is because in order to even believe, to even believe that something is possible, you have to be able to understand what it is that you are talking about, or understand what it is that it's there for. You have to start there, and then you move out from believing to I'm not really sure. But you know, the enemy is always busy. The enemy is always at work, always. But surviving tough times. I give you about a week, maybe. Let's say May 1st. Let's start surviving tough times series May 1st. Yeah, let's do it May 1st. That way, midway in between, we should be looking at things a little bit different. And oh, what was that? Like an animal or something? Yeah. May 15th. By that time, you should have your first copies. People should be getting the copy. It's on Amazon. I'm gonna make sure I put it in the link. Actually, check my Facebook page because I'm not really sure how to actually put it in the link. If you do, inbox me, show me how, help me out, help your girl out because this is why I gotta do it because somebody said we need to do it because guess what's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna sit back and watch this dumb stuff happen and people not say nothing. Because it's okay when people start talking about it. When people saying something, I don't have to say nothing because as far as it's getting out. But God forbid when people stop talking. You can't stop talking because the kids is watching. Trust me when I tell you the children is watching. And if the kids is watching, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to do it not only for just you and your children, but you have to do it for your children and the other children that are in your neighborhood. The other children that you probably don't even pay attention to, but they watch you every day. You're like, oh, that ain't true. Pay attention. Watch how many people you come in contact with that you don't really pay attention that they are watching you every single day. You'll be like, oh my God. And they might even comment on it. One day I think I was in the Wawa. I was in the Wawa and I was getting coffee and I just didn't feel well. And I guess on the days that I do feel well, I must mess with people. So I make people, laugh or whatever. On this day, I was not feeling well. But I guess the man felt it. Like he sensed it. So he cracked a joke. And when he realized I didn't laugh, that's when he realized, oh my God, what's wrong? Like, who are you? And then he was like, oh my God, I would have never known that you're like in so much pain. I would have never known that you're so sick. I would have never known these things. And I'm thinking, I would have never wanted you to know. And I wish that I didn't have to have this sickness so that I could tell you that right now, I just can't do it. You know? So That's what surviving tough times is about. Just going through life, having to see what it is. If you're on the dirt, get up. If you're running too fast, slow down. If you hurt yourself, heal yourself so you can get back up. Yeah. And the blessing of it is, if you're not having fun, I don't believe that it can get done. That's just me. But talk to you guys later. Don't forget. Remember. Not don't forget. But seriously, we gotta really start to think about that kind of stuff. We gotta start to think about the things that we're not think about the things that we're thinking about, because we are out here and we are saying something, but we really have to ask ourselves, what are we really saying? That's all. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.